Hi guys, good to see you again. Welcome back to the channel. Well, as you can see from the backdrop, I've left the New Forest behind today and we're at Cheddar Gorge. We're actually camping just in the town of Cheddar, just outside, lovely campsite, and I just had to sneak out this morning and come and get some frames. What an absolutely stunning place. And as you can see, if I just turn this down, the sun is just coming up. Obviously we're facing west, and that's Cheddar, the town of Cheddar, just there. So we're facing west, the sun's just rising obviously to the east, it's just beginning to come over the gorge now, and as you can see, if I just turn that down, the tops of the rocks here are just getting clipped by the sunlight, so it's going to be a stunning shot in about 5 minutes time. I'll apologise for the audio now, it's blowing an absolute gale up here, but hopefully it's not too bad. But what a stunning place, it's an absolutely jaw-dropping place. As you can see from this footage here, I did a bit of filming on the GoPro as we drove through the gorge, and it's just an eye-opener. So first time we've been here, and I don't know why I've not been here before. It's a stunning place. But anyway, that sun, as you can see, is just rising now above the gorge. So I'm going to get prepared for a few frames once the sunlight just hits a bit more of the rocks, and fingers crossed we'll get a nice frame. Well, unfortunately, as is often the case with landscape photography, the clouds quickly rolled in because it's blowing a gale up here, so obviously there's a bit of a weather front coming. The sun never did bless the gorge. Never mind, that's the way it goes, isn't it? But still got some nice frames. Obviously I'm bracketing. For the gorge itself, I'm at 1/3 of a second, f11 ISO 100, and then for the distant shot, for that exposure, I'm at 40th of a second, just to get the exposure right for the cloud, get them blended in post-process. Sure, that'll be fine. But what a heck of a place, absolutely beautiful, even with poor light. But as you can imagine, it is a sheer drop just in front of me here. But I've obviously flown the drone and got some nice shots from high up, straight down of the windy road, so that should look good hopefully. But I'm going to have a walk round. I'm going to head back to the village now, and I'll stop a bit further on, see if I can get a different composition. But I don't think we're going to get any decent light now of any sorts. There's a heck of a cloud base coming in, and it looks in the distance like it's throwing it down with rain. So I've got the brolly luckily, so yeah, but temperature's gone down a bit now as well. It's getting a bit chilly, but I don't think we're going to see the sun again, unfortunately, but still nice to be up here. What a privilege. But anyway, I'll pop a couple of frames up now, including some from the drone, and I hope you like them, guys.
I'm slightly disappointed with this frame composition wise. I could just do with another millimetre. As you can see, I've lost a little bit of the rock face on the left hand side of this frame. Shooting on the 17-40, had I had a 16-35, I think it would have benefited quite a lot and filled the frame a bit more with more of the rock face. Obviously I could have stepped back a couple of foot, but then I would have got more of the foreground rocks in the lower section of the image, and I don't think it would have worked quite as well. Whereas where I was perched right on the edge of the rock face, if I'd had that extra millimetre, I just would have been able to get a bit more of the rock face and the general view in the frame. So I think I'm going to invest in a 16-35mm soon.
Weather's taken a turn for the worse, so we're just taking cover under the brolly at the minute. So we're just making our way back down to Cheddar village now, and I keep stopping just to see if I can find a composition, but I just keep stopping anyway. What a beautiful place to be. Well, 1 minute it's chucking it down with rain and we're hunkered down behind the brolly. Next thing we've got blazing sunshine, but that's the way it is. So I found this composition here. Some lovely rock formations, some lovely rock faces. You've got the goats wandering about. I don't know if they'll show up on the image, but and the sunlight's obviously catching them rock faces, and there's lots of nice shadows. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of shadow in the bottom of the gorge, so you can't really see the windy, twisty road. I might be able to bring that out a bit, we'll see. But and it's nowhere near as spectacular as the last composition that we were at. But I just thought I'd try and get one more just before we go back. So settings-wise, f11, ISO 100, and I'm at 60th of a second with the sun being out and the exposure so bright. But it's nice to get a second image, but see what we can do with the shadows, as I say, in the gorge. And yeah, I hope you like it, guys. I'll pop it up now. So I've just tried a slightly different composition, this time in portrait orientation, and I've zoomed in to a particular part of the rock face, and right at the base of the rock face is what looks from here like a little cave entrance, and it's just on the edge of where the light's catching the rock face, so I think it works quite well. So I've zoomed into about 33mm, still same settings, f11, ISO 100, 60th of a second, and I'm just capturing the majority of the frame now in the sunlight with the shadows and the different tones on the rock face. And I've managed to eliminate most of that shadow in the bottom of the gorge, so I think it works quite well. I'll pop it up now, guys, and I hope you like it.
Again, this frame is nowhere near as good as the first frame that I captured early on in the day, but I do like the way that the wooded area, the trees, seem to spill their way between the rocks and head down towards the gorge. Just makes it a little bit more interesting.
Well, I hope you like them frames, guys. We've had a thoroughly enjoyable morning up here. Don't know why I've not visited this place before now, but I'll definitely be back. Might even try and come in a month's time when autumn's well underway and different tones on the trees. We'll see what it's like. I'm sure it'll look lovely with lots of different brown tones and stuff, but yeah, fingers crossed we'll try and get back in a month or so's time. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Appreciate you watching. Comment below, it's always great to hear from you, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, job's a good one. We're going to make our way down now and grab a coffee and a bit of brekkie. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Catch up soon.